5 a.m. now on our Thursday morning. Welcome to Up with KREM. Great to have you with us today. I'm Jen York. In breaking news overnight, a recovery effort will resume this morning for a missing Idaho teenager who fell down Elk Creek Falls. The Clearwater County Sheriff's Office deputies say the 16-year-old boy slipped last Sunday and fell into the water. Authorities suspended work last night after finding his body near the falls. They say the location will make recovery work difficult. Crews plan to return to that site once the sun is up this morning. Right now, water is being restricted at the dam to lower the water level there. The Elk Creek Falls Trail system is also closed to the public. Here at 5:01 now, we want to turn our attention to the weather. Evan and Ronnie is standing by. Evan, it sounds like today, tomorrow, maybe the best days of the week?
Yeah, we get a little bit of a break. I mean, yesterday we thought was going to kind of be the starting day for it. We did, in fact, see trace amounts of precipitation yesterday, but let's focus on today, where temperatures are going to keep warming up to the mid to upper 70s. We've got 76 degrees in the forecast in Spokane. A few clouds to start off the morning that will gradually clear their way out as the day goes on. A little bit of morning fog, but this is mainly off toward about western Montana. Earlier, Kalispell was seeing some rough numbers related to visibility, but everything off toward eastern Washington and North Idaho looking good on our visibility map. Current temperatures a bit chilly in the 40s and 50s. Now, as the afternoon comes around, we'll look at mid 70s, have the sun come out, but coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about some wet weather that could be maybe putting a damper on our weekend plans. That includes plenty of rain for our Sunday. Jen?
All right, Evan, thank you. It is 5:02 now. The first case of e-cigarette related illnesses is confirmed in Washington. This comes after a spike in vaping illnesses across the country. KREM 2's Dana Marie McNichol is joining us live now in the newsroom to talk about a proposed ban to flavored e-cigarettes. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Jen. Yes, the case of several lung and respiratory issues contributed to e-cigarettes was confirmed on the west side in King County. Now, the department officials said one teen was hospitalized in August for 5 days for acute respiratory failure. Essentially, the teen wasn't getting enough oxygen through the lungs and into his bloodstream. He has since been released. The president is weighing in on the vaping amid an outbreak of lung ailments that may be linked to e-cigarettes. President Trump is proposing a ban on flavors of any sort. But before we get into more details, I want you to take out your phone and vote with us in our live poll. This morning, we're asking you, do you think getting rid of vaping flavors would make a difference? You can vote all morning long. Right now, it's still pretty early. 33% of you are saying yes, 67% of you are saying no. So join the conversation. After several deaths and hundreds of breathing illnesses, the controversy surrounding vaping is getting political. President Trump announced taking steps to ban flavored e-cigarettes in response to a recent surge in vaping among young people.
We have to find out the extent of the problem. It's so new, but we're going to find out.
The FDA will develop guidelines to remove all e-cigarette flavors except tobacco from the market. E-cigarette makers Juul Labs said it will fully comply. It was announced today that Juul has entered the e-commerce market in China. That country is the world's largest single market for tobacco consumption, with over 300 million smokers.
I have only worked for small business, and this is a direct attack on small businesses if this happens.
The FDA will develop guidelines to remove all e-cigarette flavors except tobacco. The Juul Lab said it will fully comply. That man is a general manager at Sublime Vapor in Spokane, and he said he's reacting to news that the government may crack down on what they can sell. He understands why people are concerned, but insists vaping is safer than smoking. KREM 2's Tim Pham has more on what the general manager is saying.
A wall of endless choices, from Triple Berry to Mr. Apple. At Sublime Vapor, these juices are the majority of what they sell. Joey Blodgett is the general manager and a former smoker. Like others, he used vaping to kick the habit.
And they said I would have been dead if I kept smoking cigarettes. Vaping has saved my life, and we hear that all the time.
The success stories are there, but they've been clouded by news of hundreds of people, including teens, falling ill from vaping, some even dying.
Children being drawn in by flavored e-cigarette products, including mint, menthol, bubblegum, mango, alcohol flavored, etc.
The White House announced new regulations that would essentially remove all flavored liquid nicotine except plain tobacco flavor.
Plain tobacco, I have one flavor. One.
If the ban is put into place, it would leave businesses like Sublime with essentially nothing to sell.
It would kill us. It would completely wipe out. It would wipe out every e-cig company.
Vaping is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The impact could reach further than local shops. Blodgett says this will hurt distributors and the tobacco industry as well. Vape shops like his are regulated by the Liquor Board, and all liquids are regulated by the FDA. The big questions then are, why are people getting sick, and how are teens getting their hands on it? Blodgett believes it's the black market and liquids made overseas.
And it's in a nice, clean package, but you never even heard of the company, you don't even know who it is.
While no one wants anyone to get sick, the vaping community fears if restrictions are put on flavors, smokers will return to traditional cigarettes or find more harmful vaping liquids online.
I pick the flavors because it keeps me off of cigarettes. And that's really what it all breaks down to.
Well, it may not be the end of the road for flavored liquids, but the FDA says it's possible distributors can apply to get products back on shelves, but that doesn't appear to be happening anytime soon. The Trump administration says exact details on the ban will be finalized in the next few weeks. In a statement, the American Vaping Association sounded off and said, quote, attempting to ban the sale of nearly every vaping product on the market will remove life-changing options from the market that have been used by several million Americans to quit smoking. It also is unclear if a ban would include online sales or just products sold in traditional stores. The president of the American Lung Association praised the idea of a ban, saying e-cigarettes are not safe and can cause irreversible lung damage. And we'll continue to update you with the story as we receive more details, but make sure to vote in our live poll this morning. We're asking you if you think that the flavored vaping will make a difference if they are banned. Right now, 25% of you are saying yes. A former bookkeeper for Greater Spokane Meals on Wheels is set to be sentenced today in court. Michelle Farrell pleaded guilty to embezzling almost $100,000 from the organization. She had access to the organization's bank accounts, debit cards, and payroll systems between 2013 and 2018. Her hearing is set for 3 this afternoon in Spokane.
A popular bar and music venue in Spokane is closing its doors. The owners of the Bartlett made the announcement yesterday on Facebook. According to the Post, the owners say it was just time to move on. The venue will close November 8th. Performances will run as scheduled up until then. The third Democratic debate is set for tonight in Houston. 10 Democratic candidates will be squaring off. 7 candidates failed to qualify for this next debate. This is the first debate of the election that has only been one night due to the large size of Democratic candidates. Healthcare is once again expected to be a main topic, but with the debate being held in Texas, where there were 2 separate mass shootings this summer, gun violence is also expected to be a hot topic. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office introduced 2 new canines to the public. Canine Jaeger comes to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office from Alabama, and Canine Apache is from Iowa. After hundreds of hours of training with their handlers, they're now ready for the field. Apache is replacing Canine Enzo, who is retiring. The Canine unit now has a total of 6 canines. Well, that is your morning rush. Stories making headlines in the inland Northwest and around the nation. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM. Coming up on 5:10 now. Well, so they say too much screen time can harm children, and experts say teens who tend to spend more than 3 hours a day on social media have a higher risk for mental health problems. A Johns Hopkins study found those teens were more likely to report problems, including depression, anxiety, and loneliness. These teens also showed symptoms of aggression and antisocial behavior. A new study backs up what many of us already know. Moving is stressful. Those people are clearly way too happy in that video to be moving boxes.
Is that what I look like?
No. Yeah, this is a new survey from Life Storage. It surveyed 2,000 adults. A majority of participants considered moving to be the most stressful situation they can imagine. Many say it was worse than a job interview or planning for a wedding. My personal theory is it tests a relationship. That's how you know you're good.
That's
Is if
true.
you can move
So
together,
true.
you're good. Well, a new study says consider who you share your goals with. This is a study from the Journal of Applied Psychology. It suggests the best approach when sharing or not sharing your goals is meeting in the middle. They say only share your goals, though, with people whom you perceive as being of a higher status than yourself. The study says that will motivate you to complete your goals.
I don't know. I guess.
Maybe, I guess, because you're trying to attain, if you perceive that person to be of a higher status, I don't know.
I don't see any problem with just sharing your goal. What's wrong with just sharing your goals in general?
Yeah.
What about motivating people around you to
Yeah.
do better? Because if you share your goals, you'll,
Yeah.
even if you don't think that they're higher than you can still encourage them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, I don't know. This is a psychology study, so I'm wondering if it has to do with more of a, what we're not thinking, our subconscious thoughts.
Yeah, right.
Perhaps?
Nah, I don't like it.
Evan's not buying it.
Sorry, because I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about goals. I feel like
agree.
everyone should be talking about their goals. Everyone should be bringing each other up and sharing goals.
I
And
agree
being
with that.
supportive of that.
Exactly.